What do you think, like, when they become, like, isn't, like, terrible threes more of a thing than twos?
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Yeah. I remember, like, seeing some 3-year-olds, like, actually every 3-year-old I knew, I was like, what is wrong with this kid?
Yeah.
And, like, I remember my lovely, most sweet nieces. They're the most amazing
Beautiful.
girls in the world. They're so, like, thoughtful and kind and lovely. I remember thinking when they were, like, 3, I was like, oh, well, obviously my sister and brother-in-law just don't know how to raise children.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was just the poor. It was
For
just
sure.
someone being a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And it has no reflection on the parenting, but it's just like,
No, I mean, like,
I've been
Reese
around some
literally
3-year-olds.
lost his
and,
mind.
Oh, no.
The other day I was like getting him ready for bed, and like he had pajamas that, you know, needed socks. So I put a sock on. I went to go put the other sock on, and he lost his mind for like a good solid 5 minutes just because I tried to put another sock on his foot. And he was just like, ah! It's like, what are you going to do, right? You can't flip out. I'm not going to shake and be like, you need 2 socks. So I was like, fuck it. I just let him like walk around without a sock. And then like a few minutes later when he was calm and chill, I tried to put it back on and he let me put it on. I was like, call it a day.
Boom.
Yeah, what are you going to
do? Can I tell you the thing that I hate that parents do the most?
Yeah, please.
I hate when parents talk in a way for not only their kids, but the benefit of everyone else around them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I believe I have it.
I don't know if it's like, and maybe it happens for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's when they're correcting their kid. Maybe it's sometimes even when they're just like being a real rational, good parent.
Yeah.
But they're talking in such a way that they're like, it's performative.
Right.
They know other
So it's
people
like,
are listening.
Go ahead and put that spoon in your hand and then dip. Good job, Benjamin. Like,
yeah, it's like they're very cognizant of other people listening, and they're talking to their kid for the sake of other people.
Fair, yeah.
And it could be for a variety of reasons. It could be teaching moments. It could be like just them being like just in parent zone. But it's like, I'm like, why are you talking? Just talk to your to your kid right now, rather than like talk to all the rest of us so we can see how you're talking to your kid. Do you know what? Like, can you picture what I'm talking about?
I absolutely can.
It drives me crazy.
I think those parents. Well, I don't know. I'm going to speculate hard on this one, but I feel like maybe they're insecure about their parenting style and need to almost like make it known to everybody around them that like this is the way that they parent, almost for people to give them like a private kudos or
maybe
something.
Especially if your kid's like being an asshole, they're like, see,
that's also tough. Like if your kid's being an asshole in public and like you can't like reprimand, right? It's like I'm not gonna like I said before, you know, we don't really meet the children with like yelling or anger. It's like it's more rationale and like logic. It's like, hey, here's what's going on. You need 2 socks to go to bed. If you're gonna flip out, I mean, I'm just gonna leave you alone. You know, like you just have to kind of like, I don't know. But I definitely get what you're saying because I think that that's probably the most common interaction people that aren't parents have with other parents that are just like, oh, that turns me off. You know? Yeah. I get it.
Huh.
What do you, because you eventually want to have children.
We'd love to.
Yeah.
I would love to. I for sure would love to.
And
we'll see if it's in the cards, you know? We'll see if it's in the cards to adopt at some point.
You'll be a chill parent too, though. I mean, because you don't really pop off.
No, I don't think so. I'm comfortable being like straightforward and stern if I need to be, but I think when sometimes people see me like around like a group of kids, especially when like teaching like a kids class, like because I teach adult and kid improv, and like I'm just like being very like matter of fact and like stern, like, oh, Johnny got serious for a second.
It's very weird to watch you go serious too. I mean, being your like best friend for so long, it's like you're such a goofball and you're so lighthearted. I think like
when I talk in any bit of a serious like manner,
it's got to be heavy. Yeah, even like when you're not like smiling through whatever word you're saying, I'm just like, oh my god, this is something I need to listen to. What is this?
So hopefully the children understand that when I'm like teaching them, like, listen, Bobby, you have to stop running around the room right now. Like, look at the rest of us. We're all actually sitting down and we're listening.
Bobby, be an adult.
You're the only one running around.
Are we children? Are we children or are we not?
You are. Well, you're a child.
You're a child. Okay, fair, Bobby. Okay, fine.
I told you I'm teaching like the first improv classes live, and they're all doing it with face masks on.
Wild.
And it's real hard.
Yeah.
You lose. It's like, so I've taught online now, and I've taught with face masks on in person, and I don't know which one's worse. They're both hard, and they're both worth doing. If like you want, because I feel like we need to keep living our lives while we're in pandemic mode. You can't, like, you still have to do something creative. It's not ideal. And you'll still have fun, but it's definitely a hurdle.
I can't imagine how it would lend itself to like relationship scenes that need to stay positive. It's probably so easy to like argue with someone with a face on, or like a face mask on, and be negative or.
It's very weird. You lose so much.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like,
can you imagine just performing with a pillow in front of your face?
No, it's like, what if you're in love with someone and you can't hug them or touch them, right? It's like everything that we were taught not to do. It's like, so don't be a talking head. Make sure you use your environment. Make sure you address the other person in the scene. It's like,
but teaching online, it's like there's some challenges, but like every time I walk away from doing it, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm glad I get to do that thing that I love still. Yeah, even though it's not the way I would prefer to do it. And like, I have people take classes from all over the country and all over the world. And like, they're like, man, like, I'm glad that we still get to do this. And like, or like, I'm glad that like, now there's some things online. You were like, excuse me. She's on the phone and you're like, excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Like, go back there. And like, she just keeps
you dropped your trash. And she just like shrugged me off. And then I was like, you dropped your trash. And I was screaming it out.